like 5:20. I said I needed to leave here by 5:30. It is super dark, so you're not gonna be able to see much for right now. So I will probably explain my flight stuff later, but I was notified yesterday afternoon, evening, around like 5 p.m. that I had a trip for today. So I'm going on a 2-day trip, and this is my first trip back after 7 months of being furloughed, which is just crazy. So I've been up since 2 a.m. because I just felt like I had so many things that I still needed to do, and I just couldn't sleep. But anyways, tank is full of gas. Got the GPS set up, so I'm gonna go ahead and head to the airport. When it gets a little bit brighter, I will go ahead and talk to you guys and explain my trip to you. Okay, I just got to my parking lot. It is 6:50. I have to be at the plane at 8. So I gave myself a little bit more time today than normal because things are in different places, and it's just, you know, kind of confusing when it's your first time going back in a while. So let me explain to you what my trip is. So this morning I will be flying from San Francisco to Chicago, and then I will be flying from Chicago to Minneapolis, and then I will have a 12-hour layover in Minneapolis. So not long at all. Like, it'll be enough time to like have dinner and shower and go to sleep. And then tomorrow I will wake up and do the same exact thing but reverse. So I'll go Minneapolis to Chicago and then Chicago to San Francisco. I get to San Francisco tomorrow around 1:45 p.m. but there's probably going to be traffic, so I probably am not going to make it home till like 4:30. So that is my very first trip back. It's not going to be, hopefully, like crazy. I know a lot of times in my previous vlogs I've gone to Hawaii, or I've gotten to go out and explore, or I was deadheading. None of that is happening. This is just a standard basic trip. I'm excited to go back to work, but at the same time I'm still just like nervous because so many things have changed, you know, obviously like COVID related, but also we have like new beers, we have like new snack boxes, we have all these different things that are new, and I don't know everything that's in each one of those, and normally that's something that passengers ask me. So the funny thing is my mom and her boyfriend are working a trip today at pretty much the exact same time. They had to check in at 7:50 and I'm checking in at 8 a.m. So we're actually gonna meet up and just like say hi really quick, which is funny because we live in the same city that's an hour and a half away from the airport, and we saw each other and had dinner together yesterday. That is pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and get my shoes on, kind of like wrap up all my stuff in my bag, make sure that I have everything, and then it's time to get on the bus. Just made it to my room, and I'm going to switch cameras and change really quick, and then I will give you guys a room tour. So I'll see you in a second. And I'm back. Changed into some comfy clothes just for a little bit so I can show you guys my room. And I'm probably going to shower and eat. What a long day. I have so much to tell you guys, but first, room tour. All right, so here's the door, and we've got the little closet. What's interesting is they did it with a curtain, which I guess works. I've already started unpacking my stuff, so don't mind that. Here is the bathroom, big bathroom. Not my favorite type of mirror and lighting. You guys know my favorite, but that's okay. I did get a tub. If my layover was longer, I definitely would take a bath. I have 2 beds. Normally I would eat in this one and sleep in that one, but because my layover is so short, this one is basically like my staging area. Like, there's my uniform, my lunch bag, my tote, and this is one that I will sleep / eat in. Now the TV, I also have a mini fridge, and it even has the little freezer part in it, which is perfect because I brought some ice packs with me, and then a microwave. That like never happens. I have a Keurig, and then it's kind of hard to tell, but I've actually got a pretty decent view. So it looks like a river or something of some sort like over there. And then this purple tree, which is so pretty. And then you can see the reflection of the sunset off of these buildings. So it's actually pretty nice and kind of cool. It is 8:20. My van to get back to the airport is scheduled at 7 a.m. So that means I have just under 12 hours here, which means my alarm will probably be going off around 5:30 in the morning, which is 3:30 in the morning for me. My plan right now, I'm just going to kind of unpack a little bit, shower, and then I will probably sit down to eat, call Corey, let him know about the craziness that has been my day. I also want to sit down and tell you guys all about it, because when I tell you it has been crazy and it has been a day, I'm not exaggerating. Just so many things has happened. There was a medical emergency on my flight. There was a guy that was a jerk to me. I was randomly drug tested. Then I was randomly selected to go through like extra screening at security. Then we had turbulence. Like, it has just been a day, and yeah. Thankfully I have an amazing crew, but let me go ahead and kind of settle down, wind down for a little bit, and then I'll fill you in on all the juicy details. Hey buddy, I miss you. Mimi, hi. Hey buddy, I miss you so much. Oh my goodness. Hey buddy, I miss you so much. It is much later. It is about 10:15. I said that I was going to sit down and talk to you guys all about, you know, kind of what had happened on my flight today. And to be honest, I am just so tired that that's just not gonna happen. I ended up eating, and I was talking with Corey, and I was just so tired that I honestly just, I can't be up for like another minute. So I am going to say goodnight now, and tomorrow when I am getting ready and I'm doing my hair and my makeup, I will probably set up the camera so I can explain to you guys what happened. Oh, something really cool that I will talk about right now is that a few days ago I posted on Instagram saying that I was gonna buy coffee for the first person to guess my first layover when I got back from being furloughed. And I obviously had no idea what that layover was going to be, so a lot of people guessed a whole bunch of different cities, and somebody actually did choose Minneapolis, which I think is just like really cool because it's not a place that you would normally expect. So if you don't already follow me on Instagram, check it out, because you never know, maybe I will buy somebody else coffee. So scrolling through, let me show you guys. Let's see, Lost with Lydia. She guessed Minneapolis, and she is the very first person to guess it. So that is something that I'm going to do tonight. I am going to send her a quick little DM, let her know, hey, like you won, I am in Minneapolis, crazy enough, and I will Venmo her money so that way she will be able to buy herself coffee in the morning. Just something sweet that was kind of fun to see who would end up winning. Maybe I'll do more things like that. Maybe I will consider doing like a Starbucks thing on here on YouTube. I'll have to figure that out. But I am going to go ahead and get ready for bed because I'm very, very tired, and my alarm is set for 5:30 in the morning and it is already 10:30. Good morning. It is 5:50. I have to be downstairs before 7 for my band, so I'm gonna go ahead and quickly get ready. I'm tired, but I'm also like ready to just do this and get home. I think I slept pretty good. Yeah, I think so. Alright. Oh, getting out of bed is the hardest part. I swear that is the hardest part of this job, is getting out of bed in the morning. Okay, trust me when I say that this is like the best lighting that I have so far. I have tried putting you guys in a couple different places and there's just not many good places to put you here. I don't know if I'm in love with my tripod yet, or maybe I just don't know how to use it. Okay, so yesterday, I know I said that I was going to talk about it, so let's talk about it. Yesterday, on my first flight yesterday morning from San Francisco to Chicago, there was a little bit of a medical emergency. It was not the biggest situation, but it was handled. But my very first flight back. I mean, I can count on one hand how many medical emergencies I have had, and I know that every flight attendant has like a different situation, but I've only had like 3 or 4 of them, and I had one yesterday. So I don't want to give too many details, but pretty much I went to the bathroom, I came out, and 2 other flight attendants were already helping a passenger that had passed out on the floor. And we helped the passenger, we gave them oxygen, we took care of them, they were fine, we brought them back to their seat. You know, we had communicated with all the right people that we needed to talk with, and everything was good. But it still definitely like wakes you up, I guess, in a sense. Like you're like, oh wow, like yeah, it's real, like these things happen, like you know, it's just kind of crazy. So that happened on the very first flight. Plus there was this guy who was another passenger who was just rude to me, like the entire flight, like specifically me. And you know, that's frustrating and it's really difficult to deal with because it's like I had done nothing wrong and he was just, I think he just had a bad day and wanted someone to pick on it, and he chose me. The next thing that happened was that when we landed in Chicago, a representative from my airline showed up and said that 2 of us were being randomly drug tested. Now, myself and 1 other flight attendant had been furloughed, and this was our very first trip back. And the rumor is that when you come back from a long leave of absence or a furlough or a sick leave or anything like that, they will randomly drug test you. And if we get drug tested, we get paid $25 because it's random. And there's so many rules as to like when it can happen, when we're on a trip, and that kind of thing, but I just had a feeling. Like yesterday, I didn't really record it, but when I was with my mom talking with her, I said, I just have a feeling I'm going to be drug tested today. I called it. I just know. Some people, what's crazy is my mom has been flying for 30 years and she's only been drug tested like 5 or 6 times. On the flip side, I have been flying for 5.5 years and yesterday was my 5th drug test. So some say it's random, some say it's not so random. I never worry about it. I don't have anything to worry about. I know that all of my tests are going to come out clean, so I don't really care. But it is a pain when it happens. So sure enough, needed myself and the other flight attendant that had been furloughed to go get drug tested. And we have a clinic at the Chicago airport, and so we had to go out of security to the clinic and get drug tested. And the drug testing process didn't take very long. It was only a few minutes because all we had to do was, you know, like pee in a cup and everything like that, and it wasn't that big of a deal. And we had a 2.5-hour sit in the Chicago airport, so we got back with plenty of time, but it was still just the whole thing. Like it's just a pain having to do it. Like you're not on a flight, you want to like sit down and like catch up on your phone or eat or, you know, put your feet up for a few minutes, and instead we only got probably like 20 minutes to relax on our sit time because we were being drug tested and having to walk everywhere. And this was our first time back in our heels in 7 months, so both of our feet were killing us and we wanted a break and we didn't get one. The other thing about when you get drug tested is obviously you have to drink so much water for the drug test, and then afterwards you just feel like you have to go to the bathroom like every 15 minutes. And it's frustrating when you have a whole nother flight to work because now every 15 minutes someone's running off to go to the bathroom. Now, after our drug test, we needed to go back through security so we could get into, obviously, like the airport and the terminal and stuff. And as flight attendants or crew members, we have KCM. I've kind of already talked about it before, but it's basically just our way of getting through security where they check our IDs, make sure that everything matches up, and then we're good to go. And every 20 or so people, someone will get randomly selected to go through regular TSA security. And we go through like a passenger. So sometimes if you ever see a flight attendant or a pilot in a uniform and they are going through security and maybe they get brought to the front of the line, it's not that they're just trying to like cut you off. It's that they might have been randomly selected and they have a flight that they have to be at in 15-20 minutes. So we get to known crew member and I scan my badge. I went first, and sure enough, it came up that I was randomly selected. So not only did I have to leave security to go get the drug test, but now I had to go through regular security just to get back into what I was originally supposed to be doing. Thankfully, my other flight attendant was also randomly selected, which makes me really think that it wasn't random at all, because how is it that both of us had to take a drug test and both of us had to go through regular security? Just saying. So then we had to go through regular security, and then we had to walk all the way back through the airport to get to our gate for our next flight to Minneapolis. It was just one of those things where it's like there's too many bad things that are happening to me. Like I knew it, I felt it, like I called it early in the morning. And it's not that I'm trying to be like pessimistic or like negative all the time, but I would much rather be prepared and not surprised when something crazy happens than be completely thrown off and surprised that something is going on. So that's kind of what happened. Okay, I have about 5 minutes or so until I have to be downstairs, so I gotta quickly finish getting ready and get my uniform on. Let's go home. Oh, my arms are sore, my legs are sore, my feet are killing me. Like, I'm definitely out of shape for this. Now I am just waiting for the bus to pick me up so I can go back to the parking garage and I can drive home. Traffic doesn't look too terrible right now, but I don't know if it's going to stay that way. All right, just did those 2 flights. They weren't bad. The first flight, I did have a young lady throw up, but thankfully she was traveling with her family and she was okay. She just didn't eat breakfast. And then the second flight, I'm trying to remember it, like I've kind of like hit a wall where I'm just so tired at this point. But the second flight was good. I had several really, really amazing passengers that were just so nice, and you know, getting to talk with them and everything like that, it really made me remember like, oh, like that's why I love my job so much. Like this is one of like the best parts. The crew was great, and now I'm just ready to go home. It is 2:04 right now, and my GPS said that it is going to take me 2 hours to get home, and I don't think that I have enough gas to make it all the way home. So I'm trying to decide if I want to like try to get like as far as I possibly can now and just hope that I can make it with gas, if not like stop somewhere, or if I should get gas now, but then that will potentially put me in more traffic. I don't know. What I do know is I am exhausted and I want to go to sleep so badly, but we'll see what I get into when I get home. Okay, it has been a day since I finished my first trip back, and I was just honestly so exhausted I didn't even close out the video. So here I am, one day after my trip. I was supposed to be on call today, but they actually released me with pay today. So that means that they had enough flight attendants on call, they didn't need me, so they released me. It's an extra day off and I get paid like I was working. So great for me, because honestly I am so exhausted. My feet are killing me. Like I came home and they were so swollen. It was ridiculous. And like my back was hurting, my arms were hurting. Like I was just like, oh, I'm definitely out of shape from working trips, so I'm gonna have to like get used to that again. I got home, the dogs were really excited to see me. Corey actually made me cupcakes to welcome me back home, which was so sweet, and I've had way too many cupcakes. Like I don't even want to tell you how many cupcakes I've had. So we were just hanging out. I now have 3 days off, today, tomorrow, and the day after, and then I go back to work on Friday, and I'm good for 4 more days. So we'll see if I get a trip then. If I do, you'll be seeing that video coming up soon. So yeah, my first trip is in the books. I did go ahead and Venmo the winner that guessed Minneapolis as my layover, so go check them out on Instagram too. Yeah, so it was a good first trip back. I'm ready for some more fun trips. I'm ready for a nice long layover. Like I want to go somewhere. Like the layover was so short, I didn't get to do anything but just like sleep. So it would be really nice to be able to like go out and see somewhere, or like get some food somewhere, or just hang out with the crew more. That is it for this video. Hope you guys liked it. I'm so glad to be back. Thank you for hanging out with me while I wasn't having flight attendant videos, but I am back. There's gonna be a ton more, I know it, so just be prepared. Hope you guys are having a good day or night wherever you are. You're staying safe and sending love out to the world as always. I'll see you soon. Bye.